I discovered her cheating on me during a business trip. Her receipts and texts tell a different story. When I say I felt my stomach drop, I mean it literally. I was standing in the kitchen, scrolling through her shared credit card account, just checking to make sure the electric bill had been paid on time. Then I saw it, a $362 charge from the Marriott in Portland. My girlfriend, Claire, had told me she was going to Denver for a 3-day conference. I stared at the screen like the numbers might rearrange themselves, make sense somehow. But they didn't. Portland, not Denver. I called her right then. My hand shook so badly, I almost dropped my phone. She didn't pick up. I called again, straight to voicemail. My mind was already racing. Hotel, new city, late-night text from an old college friend she'd mentioned the week before. I remembered the way she laughed at her phone that night, the way she turned the screen away from me like it was no big deal. It all started connecting in this sickening, slow-motion realization that made my chest feel hollow. Claire and I had been together for almost 4 years. We met at a mutual friend's birthday dinner. She worked in marketing, always traveling, always networking. I loved that about her at first, how confident and self-assured she was. She had this presence that made people lean in when she spoke. But over time, that same confidence started to feel distant. She'd spend longer hours at the office, stay out late, grabbing drinks with coworkers. When I asked for details, she'd sigh and say, "Jake, you're being paranoid. You know what my job is like." And I believed her, because I wanted to believe her. That trust cracked slowly, small things at first. Deleted text threads. Sudden trips that didn't line up with her calendar invites. "Oh, they moved the conference last minute," she'd say, brushing me off. I'd tell myself I was overthinking, that relationships needed trust. But deep down, something felt off. So when I saw that Marriott charge, my body went into autopilot. I opened her email. She'd left her laptop logged in at home. Her flight confirmation was there. Outbound to Denver. Return flight from Portland. My heart thudded painfully. I clicked deeper, scrolling through her inbox until I saw the name Eli. Her old college friend. The subject lines were casual at first. "Dinner plans? You in town yet? Can't wait to see you." Then they got worse. "Last night was incredible. Miss you already. You left your scarf here," winky face. Every email felt like a punch to the gut. My mouth went dry, and I could hear the faint tick of the kitchen clock in the silence, each second heavier than the last. I couldn't stop. I opened the attachments. Photos. Selfies in a hotel room. Her in one of my shirts, the one she said she only wore when she missed me. I dropped the phone onto the counter like it burned me. I wanted to scream, but all that came out was this low, animal kind of groan that I didn't even recognize as mine. I didn't sleep that night. I stayed on the couch, staring at the ceiling, every memory replaying like a cruel highlight reel. The first trip we took together, how she'd squeezed my hand in the car, the time she cried when her mom got sick and said, "You're my home." Now she was in another man's hotel room. The next morning, she called. Her voice was bright, casual. "Hey babe, just wrapped up the conference. Heading to the airport soon." I swallowed hard. "How was Denver?" She hesitated just long enough for me to hear it. It was good. Productive." I said nothing. Let the silence sit there until she started to sound nervous. "Why do you sound weird?" she asked. "Because," I said quietly, "you weren't in Denver." Her voice cracked. "What are you talking about?" "Marriott Portland. 3 nights. Shared room with someone named Eli." There was dead silence. Then a shaky, "Jake, it's not what you think." I laughed bitterly. "You're seriously going to say that?" "It's complicated," she said. "We just reconnected. It wasn't planned." "Yeah, I'm sure the 3-night stay with wine and dinner receipts was a total accident." "Please," she said, her voice breaking. "Can we just talk when I get home?" "Don't bother," I said, and hung up. When she showed up the next day, I'd already packed her things. I stacked the boxes by the door, neat and clinical, like the opposite of how I felt inside. She looked awful, makeup smeared, eyes red, hair pulled back in a shaky bun. She started crying the second she saw me. "Jake, please. I made a mistake." "Mistake?" I snapped. "You flew across the country to sleep with someone. That's not a mistake, that's a decision." She tried to reach for me, but I stepped back. "It didn't mean anything," she whispered. I laughed. "It meant enough for you to lie about it for weeks." She sat down on the couch, face in her hands. "I didn't plan to. I felt disconnected." Eli and I used to talk about everything. I was lonely. That word, lonely, hit me like a slap. You were lonely? You had me, Claire. She looked up, tears streaking her face. You've been distant lately too. We barely talk anymore. So you fixed that by cheating? No, she said weakly. Save it. I cut her off. I don't want your excuses. Just go. She moved out that weekend. I blocked her number, deleted her photos, everything. But no matter how hard I tried to erase her, she was still everywhere. Her hair tie on the nightstand, her favorite mug by the sink, the ghost of her perfume in the hall. For weeks, I went through the motions. Work, home, sleep, repeat. My friends tried to get me out of the house, but I couldn't stand the noise. Every time my phone buzzed, I'd feel that same jolt of anxiety, like some part of me still expected her to walk back through the door. Then one night, around 2 a.m., I got an email. No subject line, just a single attachment. A photo of Claire and Eli at the airport, holding hands. The caption read, "Guess she's not sorry after all." It was from an anonymous address. Probably one of his friends, or maybe his ex. I never found out. I just stared at that picture until my vision blurred. 2 months later, she showed up at my work. I was closing up the shop when I saw her car pull into the lot. My first instinct was to walk out the back door. But something in me, maybe closure, maybe anger, made me stay. She stepped inside, fidgeting with her sleeve. Hey. I didn't respond. She exhaled shakily. I just wanted to apologize again. I know you don't owe me anything, but I need you to hear me out. I crossed my arms. You've got 5 minutes. I ended things with Eli, she said quickly. It was a mistake. I don't even know why I did it. I think I just lost myself. I stayed quiet. She looked at the floor. I've been going to therapy, trying to understand why I sabotage things. I know that doesn't fix what I did, but I wanted you to know. I stared at her for a long moment. I loved you, I said finally. I would have done anything for you. And you killed that. Her eyes filled with tears. I know, and I'll regret it forever. Good, I said softly. You should. She nodded, wiped her face, and left. That was the last time I ever saw her. It's been over a year now. She reached out once, a long message on my birthday saying she hoped I was doing well, that she'd never stop thinking about me. I didn't reply. I was already seeing someone new, someone kind, grounded, the total opposite of Claire. Sometimes, late at night, I still think about that moment in the kitchen, staring at the credit card statement. It's crazy how one small line of text, Marriott Portland, can dismantle an entire life. If there's one thing I've learned, it's this. Love doesn't die in the big moments. It dies quietly, one little lie at a time, until all that's left is a stranger holding your trust in their hands, deciding whether to drop it. She decided to drop it, and I decided to walk away.